Hey everybody, I'm going to show you my setup for homemade onboard air on a 95 style Cherokee. One thing I noticed about some of the websites out there are they are for the 89 to 90-ish style setup and Renix setup, and it wasn't quite the same as I had, so kind of had to wing it and try things on my own. So hopefully this helps a few of you out. So let's go over here and take a look. Okay, take a look down in here. This is how my style compressor is. It's almost a drum or a cylinder here. There was two lines on it. The low pressure side was farther towards the engine. It's the larger hose. And how I handled the air intake was remove the original tubing from the unit. I just have a piece of 3/4 inch heater hose that I slipped over here, and it will get a hose clamp. Now on the opposite end of that there is just a cheap $2 disposable air filter, Harbor Freight, and got the inline oiler also from Harbor Freight, which comes out to a 1/4 inch thread, which goes into a 3/8 inch adapter, which I just have shoved into the end of the hose. It seems to be pretty airtight for the moment, but we'll take care of all the fit and finish a little bit later. So we will move on to the actual air output line. What I did on this end here, where the air output is, it looks similar to where the air intake line is. They are about the same style threads coming off here, although this side is a little bit smaller. So what I did was took a grinder, cut the old threads off. And then I took a 3/8 inch national pipe thread and threaded the inside of this housing here. I actually unbolted this housing. If you take these 7 or 8 bolts off, this back piece right here will actually pop off, and you can go in and work on it. And there's a gasket in there, so just take care of that. But it's a metal gasket that's reusable. From there, once that was threaded to 3/8, I got a 3/8 male-to-male adapter. One end threaded into the air compressor housing, one end threaded into my pressure switch. The pressure switch I just got at a local dealership. It is a WUX, something like that. Got it at a local compressor store. The guy said it fit a pancake air compressor. I've seen them on the internet. I got it for, I think it was $32. It is a 3 output pressure switch. So this output over here that you can't see is plugged. Once I get a tank, this line will go to the tank. This line on top here is for my pressure gauge, and this line here is my main output line at the moment. These are all 1/4 inch threads. Right now I have a oil water separator threaded in here. I've noticed a lot of oil, orange compressor oil and coolant still in the system. A lot of it comes out here. There's a nice little bleed valve on it here. When the unit gets full, you can just hit that thing and it'll dump all the nasty goop out of there, and it keeps you from pumping your tires full of oil or your air tools or whatever there is. On from that, we just have your standard. You can see some of that nasty orange oil there. Past that, we have a 1/4 inch quick disconnect, standard issue that you plug in your air tools. One thing to note, when I threaded the inside of the compressor housing here, I only got about 2 or 3 threads on the inside, so this unit will move, but it is still sealed just with some Teflon tape. So one nice thing is this big guy sticking off the end here, this is about 4 or 5 inches here. I can actually rotate that up to put my quick disconnect hose on there, and it comes up out of the way. It's kind of nice, but you might find a different way to do yours. My wiring needs cleaned up, but you get it. Comes over to here where I have my switch I chose a lighted switch to see if it is on, just to make sure the unit's on. Just a little piece of aluminum mounted to one of the battery hold down posts. Whenever the switch is engaged, the electromagnetic clutch on the front engages and it spins the compressor. Voila. Okay, well, may as well show you how it works. So let me fire the engine up and we'll get going. Don't mind the mess, we're redoing the inside too. Okay, get my air hose here. Bear with me please. Plug it into my quick disconnect unit. Engage my power switch. And the unit cuts off at, I believe it was 125 psi, kicks back on at 95 psi. Kind of nice to keep in your tank full. Plenty of air to fill up a tire that you had aired down on the trail. Once I get it, thinking of maybe a 2 or 3 gallon tank, something small that I can pack in there somewhere, and run a maybe an air ratchet or some air tools, something like that. It will fill up a 31-inch tire from, took it down to about 12 psi to about 35 psi, about 45 seconds. So it does have some power, and I'm sure once the tank gets placed in, it'll be a little bit better. So, if you guys have any questions, shoot me an email. Hope this helped somebody out.